guys, welcome back to my channel. I really hope you guys are doing good and staying safe. So as you guys already know, I've been sharing a lot about my MBA journey, getting to a top school, and visa issues and all of that. Definitely check out all those videos on my MBA journey. So today I wanted to really come here and share about GMAT, GRE, taking any standardized tests basically. So if you are taking GRE or GMAT or any standardized test, even IELTS soon, definitely keep watching this video. I'll be sharing some tips and resources that I found super helpful when I was preparing for some of these exams. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do once you decide which of the tests you want to take, maybe GMAT, GRE, IELTS, whatever, the first thing you need to do is to actually visit the test website. Usually you hear that, oh, this test your quant or your verbal skills, but when you get on their website, you find out that maybe it's actually a logic test and they're testing your logic through quant. So that was like really helpful for me, knowing that this is actually a logic test, whether it's a verbal question or it's a quant question or it's anything, it's really just testing your logic. So different exams have different things that they are testing. So the first step is really to go through their website and find out what exactly that test wants you to know, or what exactly that test is testing basically. The second thing also related to that you need to do is to read on their website about the various sections and how they contribute to your overall score. Typically, we just think that every section carries the same weight, has the same weight, but no, that's usually not the case, especially I think for IELTS. All the sections aren't weighted the same way. So definitely check their website, read about each section, check which sections contribute the most to your to your overall score, and that helps you to know, like, how do I allocate my prep time? Should I focus on this area more than that area? Just so you know that it's better to maybe allocate more prep time to the quant if that's what weighs the most in your GMAT or GRE. So definitely check out the sections and know how to better allocate your prep time. The third thing you want to do is to download the test official sample test, sort of. So once you register for the test, usually you have access to some sample tests from that from like the test company. So you want to definitely download that. I find that these official test samples are different from all other samples that like publishers have or that I find on the internet. It's like the closest to the actual exam, and I've tried this out many times with the different tests that I've taken. That is like the best thing you want to do for yourself. Download the official test prep. I think some of them come with like 3 sample tests. Download that, or if you have the official guide in paper, I think they also have some previous tests that come with those official guides. Those are like the best in my experience. They mirror the actual exam so much more than the sample tests that other publishers actually provide. So definitely download that. The next thing you want to do is to actually take the sample test, the official sample test, not the ones you get off publishers, different publishers or different sites on the internet. You should actually take the official sample test under strict exam conditions. So if you're going to take a paper test, try to take a paper sample test. If you're going to take a computer-based test, try to do the same and keep to the time limit. And I know this is like really difficult for you to like allocate 3 hours or 3 hours 30 minutes or 4 hours, depending on the duration of the actual test, to doing a sample test and doing it at once. Definitely try it. This really helped me. Do that test and see what your weakest points are, what your strongest sections are, so that way you know from the beginning, before you even start any prep, what you are better at. You know that, oh, maybe my quants have, is the area I should focus on, or maybe I'm doing pretty good in my verbal or in the other sections. So definitely do the sample test at the beginning before you even start to prep for the exam. Now, in terms of actual prep, I found YouTube videos to be the very best for me. So I used all those textbooks and those books that different publishers and maybe coaching centers provide. but they weren't as helpful as YouTube. So these books teach you maybe how to solve these problems, how to make some calculation, the theory behind this. But the YouTube videos that I found, some YouTube channels, of course, they actually teach you not just how to solve these problems, but they teach you the tricks that make you faster, or the tricks that make you like solve many more problems of that nature. And I found that super helpful. There's so many tricks videos for GMAT, GRE, IELTS on YouTube, and I think you should definitely check it out. So whenever, based on your first official sample test that you took, you already know kind of your weak links, and then you would go on YouTube and check for those specific topics, or those. I can just type quant for GMAT on YouTube, and you see amazing videos, people giving you tricks even for the verbal part of the test. Like, people are giving you a whole lot of tricks that help you like solve all these questions really quick, how to eliminate easily, and come down to two options, how to solve in a faster manner. That was like life-saving for me when I was preparing for one of these tests this second time, basically when I was retaking. Another thing I found helpful in terms of actual prep is using apps. Like, especially if you're working or you don't have a lot of time, maybe you want to prep for 2 months and just take the exam and just ace it, I think you should download those like apps. GMAT has a lot of apps that can help you. I mean, not the official GMAT, but like people have developed apps that help you like prepare for GMAT. So basically, on the go, maybe you're in traffic or whatever, you can practice some quant, you can practice some other sections of the exam. And I think that was like super helpful, because we don't have like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours every single day to prep. And the trick is to prep every day. It's better than prepping for 5 hours once in 2 months or once in 3 weeks. Prep every single day, and those apps were super useful. So it was a combination of YouTube and apps for me. That changed everything. That was like really, really useful. So definitely download those apps and check out really good YouTube videos as well. The last tip I wanted to share is that once you focus for some time, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, on a particular section of the test that you think was your weakest point or weakest link, definitely retake the sample test. Like, take another official sample test and try to see if you've truly improved in that area. So after you've like worked a lot on your quant for 3 weeks, based on your previous test, you saw that that was like the weak point for you, and you've done a lot of work on your quant for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever the case, try to take another sample test. Once you take that test, that is the only way you can confirm that you actually are improving. So when I was taking the test for the first time, I thought like, oh, for the past 3 weeks I've been working on this topic or this section, and so I should be good. And then you take the test and find out you didn't quite improve. So you want to actually take that test to be sure that you're actually improving. And I wouldn't advise you to take the test like too often, like every week. It's not good use of your time. But after you know that you've put in some work in a particular section or prepping for the test generally, definitely retake that test under strict exam conditions again and see that you have actually improved. The other thing is, try to take the test again before your exam. I don't recommend taking it a day before your exam or 2 days before your exam, because like, just go write that exam, okay? But like a week before your exam, a couple of days before your exam, try to take another official official sample test. And this is because that is the closest indicator of what you will get in the actual test. I think for GMAT at the time I wrote, it was plus or minus 30, whatever you get, like a couple of days if you took the official test. I found that to be really true. So if you get 700 in your last test, when you go for the actual test, it's actually going to be maybe around 680 to 720 that you'd actually get. So try to do that to have an idea of how far you've come and what you will likely get in your actual test, to see if you really want to take the test or you want to like postpone, if that's an option that you have, just to see that to check that I've actually been able to get my target score. So definitely take the test after you've done a lot of prep, and also a couple of days, weeks, or a week before your test, to have a very good idea of what your actual test score would likely be. So these are the tips that I've found super helpful in my experience preparing for the GMAT and IELTS. So far, those are the two standardized tests that I've taken. Let me know if you have taken any of these tests, GMAT, GRE, IELTS, in the comment section, what your experience was like, and really share any tips and resources that you found most helpful. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you like this kind of content, please give this video a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you in my next video. Remember to keep staying safe.